Where the trains meet the mountains, you will always find a tunnel, and Willoughby has more than its share of dark and damp train tunnels. This one is known for something different though. It has bats. Bats have lived here for many years, and they don't seem to mind an occasional freight train passing through, and most people don't seem to pay much attention to them either. There's no use looking for them. They hang in the dark pockets of the ceiling and only come out at night. There's Uncle Orville, the train conductor, with Corey and Rachel, and they're talking to old Jack the hobo. Now I wonder what they're doing way out here.
Hi Jack, we've come out here to wait for the bats.
Well, aren't you folks adventurous? But you know, you'll have to wait a while. It'll have to be a mite darker before those critters start to fly out of that old railroad tunnel up there.
How long do we have to wait?
Till just before dark. Not long now. Those bats will be flying out of there and headed over to Skeeter Lake. Before this night's over, they'll eat thousands of mosquitoes. Kinda reminds me of the bats at Carlsbad Caverns. Now gather around, kids, and I'll tell you about one of the largest caves in the world.
Each year, over 700,000 people travel to southern New Mexico to see over 300,000 bats fly and explore the endless caves in which they live. The evening night flight of bats at Carlsbad Caverns is a natural phenomenon, as fascinating as the cave itself. In a mass exodus at dusk, thousands of Mexican free-tailed bats fly from the cave for a night of feasting on insects. Before each flight, a park ranger gives a short talk on bats, and you can watch at the cave's natural entrance. Kids love to watch as the night flight of bats begin, with a few bats fluttering out of the cave. Then, in a matter of minutes, a thick whirlwind of bats spirals out of the cave up into the darkening sky. Once out of the cave, the bats fly to the river valleys where they will gorge themselves on moths and other night-flying insects. Using echolocation, a special kind of bat sonar, each bat may catch and eat several times their own weight in insects in a single night. You can explore the underground world of Carlsbad Caverns by walking down the natural entrance. While at night, the cave may belong to the bats, but in the day it belongs to hundreds of visitors, as well as a few birds that make it their home. Once you leave behind the area illuminated by sunlight, you begin to descend down a 1 1/4 mile long and sometimes steep passageway known as the main corridor. With ceiling heights of more than 200 feet, this is a perfect place for bats. Equally impressive is the depth into which it takes you, 829 feet below the Earth's surface. There you can see stalactites, which hang from the ceiling and are formed by water dripping over millions of years. Water falling on the floor creates stalagmites. They grow up to the ceiling. The grandeur of these million-year-old mineral deposits make Carlsbad Caverns outstanding in the world.
How long do you think we'll have to wait, Mr. Jack?
Oh, about the time that sun sets over the mountain there. Got to be patient, though. Bats are a bit peculiar critters. They come and go when the urge moves them to. I guess they're a bit like your old friend Jack here.
Do you mean you're a peculiar critter?
Well, peculiar, yes, but critter, no.